My little pony, my little
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bronyville. This is episode 30, recorded on November 12th, 2011. I am your host, Cider. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you for downloading, listening, watching on the, listening on the webpage over there at bronyshow.com. Thanks all of you for picking up the file this week. I want to welcome, as always, my very awesome and gracious little co-host there, Chef Sandy.
Hello, hello.
Nice to have you on again, man. We got more Pony. We got another episode. So, good stuff incoming for that. Our guest this week is a little bit of a specialty. If you may have recalled, we had our marathon about, 2+ months ago.
It's kind of a big deal.
A little bit of a thing. And as one of the contest entries, one of the things you could win was a guest spot to come on to our show and just talk about Pony and have a little bit of fun. So this week we actually do have the winner of said contest with us, and that would be Whispy Willows. Hello there, Wisp.
Hi there.
So, Wisp, you're just a fan of the show and a fan of Pony, it sounds like?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Anything about yourself you want to say? Favorite pastime? Favorite?
I do enjoy the ponies. I enjoy pony-related music in particular.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite pony musician then?
Big fan of Wooden Toaster.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he does great work.
Yeah, I love that remix. That was that was technically Wooden Toaster plus the Tombstone. That was very cool. Yeah, so many ridiculous good musicians have popped out of all this.
There really are, and some really good up-and-coming guys.
I actually was kind of thinking back on it, and it was really that the Luna Dios that kind of first was like, okay, this music could be really good, that one, and then it just kind of was like, oh, dude, you should listen to Alex S., and oh, man, you should, dude, check out Voodoo Pony, just another name just kind of pops up every week, so.
Yeah.
Good times. Well, good to have you on, Wisp.
Yeah, good to be on.
Okay.
I appreciate that I am very lucky to be here.
you were picked out of a very large list, so we're going to talk about we'll talk about you a little bit. We'll do all of our regular segments. We've got some cutie marks that we got to collect by the end of the episode. So let's go ahead. We've got our 4 questions that we have to ask every pony that comes onto the show. So we'll start with the first 2 and then do the latter 2 afterwards. So favorite character and favorite episode.
All right, favorite character's got to be Pinkie Pie. I am a Pinkie Pie fan. I have been since the very beginning, and I suspect that I always will be.
Unwavering.
Yep. Pinkie Pie till the end.
Yep. So what is it about Pink, huh?
I think she has some of the best comedic moments in the whole show, particularly in Luna Eclipsed Chicken Pie. Chicken Pie is best Pinkie Pie.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like that she owns Gummy, who is the best pet. So that all works out.
Works well on that. And actually, that feeds into your next one for favorite episode. What was that?
It does. My favorite episode was, in fact, Luna Eclipse.
Girl.
Mostly, I gotta say, mostly because of Pinkie Pie. I now love Chicken Pie. Chicken Pie is my favorite character.
Yeah.
And I really liked the way they redid Luna. I feel if they had to, the way they redid Luna was going to be tough because, no matter what they did, Fanon was going to take a hit. But I thought they did it very gracefully and elegantly.
And Pinkie got a lot of flack in that episode, actually, because if you think about it, she was kind of trolling most of the time. Maybe lighthearted, but still trolling.
Yeah, well, that's Pinkie Pie. That's who she is. You put up with her because she's great to have around to help you giggle at the ghostly and all that.
All right, well, that's good. Moving on, so give the specifics. Why do you love the show?
I love the show because I think it has some of the best animation I've seen around. I love the humor, and as I mentioned earlier, one aspect I absolutely love about it is the music. I think both Daniel Ingram and William Anderson are brilliantly talented. And I just love listening to the background music and the regular songs, when I don't feel like an actual episode, because it's really entertaining.
I can't argue with you there.
Yeah.
And let's see, and what do others, the people around you, when they find out about this whole Brony obsession, how they feel about it?
Pretty good. I have not received any really negative responses. Plenty of people I've told have actually been, what is this? And then they watch the show, and then now they're bronies too. So yeah, I've converted a bunch.
Yeah, very good.
The ones who don't just find it kind of funny and
just weird and all right. You're like, all right. So
amusement.
This dude's like My Little Pony. Okay. No. You got to watch it. No. Okay. So, all right. Well, good to have you on, Wisp. We've got news coming up. We've got all of our fix, email. We got show topics. So a lot ahead of us this week. First off, we need to talk. Chef and myself need to talk about our really awesome sponsor there, We Love Fine. Chef, what wonderful things does We Love Fine bring to our community?
Well, they bring all those fantastic officially licensed shirts for My Little Pony and a whole bunch of other stuff too. They also, if you use our coupon code Bronyville10, you get 10% off the purchase of your shirt and or hoodie now, which looks pretty good. They've got some good designs, and hopefully they'll be adding zip-up hoodies in the future.
And I'll just say this right now. We talk about the My Little Pony shirts and everything a lot on this because this is a My Little Pony show. But don't feel like you have to be to do it. You can use Bronyville 10 on any of them. You could do. Hey, they got Adventure Time stuff. They've got a whole bunch of new Muppet gear out there right now. That looks really freaking cool.
The Art Nouveau stuff looks really nice.
I know that Starry was all over some of the steampunk stuff that they come out with recently. That was really cool. They got Marvel. I see some G.I. Joe inside of here. So you're not Samurai Jack, Scott Pilgrim. I mean, they're all over the place. NBA? They even have NBA. Yeah, they've got a few relatable NBA stuff. So yeah, they've got bags, hoodies, they're expanding all the time. So if you're don't just think about them for Pony, they definitely have plenty enough on they can get you covered on a lot of other shirts, but also Pony. And as an addendum to that, the Season 2 contest voting, they have reached their maximum. The $3,000 for main prize has been reached. But don't make that dissuade you from putting in a vote. We want to make sure that the best design out there wins. So go over there and vote in the Season 2 contest, and we will be making our own decision for best T-shirt coming up in the next few weeks.
Yay!
And what's the other thing? I went ahead and just dropped that in there, but we are guest for something special coming up.
Yeah, there's this event. It's called BronyCon. Woohoo! It's in New York on January 7th, I think it is.
That would be it.
It's BronyCon.org. It's in New York City, Manhattan.
You can go out over there and hang out with the voice of Celestia, hang out with Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, be on a Skype, be there while we do a Skype call with the one Daniel Ingram, and then just ton Pixel Kitties, John Joseko, tons of I think what was it? I need to go to the page. There's so many guests now that you should probably go over to.
Some of the main 6 people that I want to talk to.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Basically, there's a whole bunch of people that we're going to be recording the entire weekend. There's just no way around it. We're going to be talking to so many people. It's crazy.
This is going to be its own version of the marathon. I just feel that we're going to have so much content. So much Pony. Nay Slayer. So we got a metal band. Pony Metal. Tech's going to be there from Equestria Daily. Oh, man, there's just so much. Chain Algorithm, dude, he does our intro. So, Jackalap, It keeps going. All right, I got to stop looking at this. I'm psyched. Let's do that.
Your body is not ready.
No, it will. By the time it's done, it will be ready. I'm going to do this. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. We have Whispy with us, so we got our news time. We got to talk about some pony. Chef put in the news this week, so I'll let him go ahead. He consolidated down. He put some very, very concise, very direct titles to the news, and I went ahead and put some side titles to it, just in my particular flavor. So,
yes, they're very AC in their styling.
Okay, so
yes, news this week. There was actually some news for real news once again. It's kind of crazy.
Woo-hoo!
It's always good to have, though, except when it's kind of news like this. So this may come as a shocker, but adults and the whole Brony thing, we're not the primary demographic of the show.
I don't get what you're talking about,
what?
Chef. That makes no sense.
That we're not the primary demographic. We like the show, but we're not who they're marketing to.
Who's the primary demographic for the show? Obviously aimed at 18 to 30-year-old males.
I'm afraid that in reality, the show is aimed at 8 to 14-year-old little girls.
Okay, I refuse to believe this slanderous, libelous, whatever it is, ibelous thing. Who has the gall, the fortitude to say this to our great nation?
Well, that would be Shout Factory, the company releasing the My Little Pony DVDs. So while as you said, AC, that we are largely 18 to 35-year-old males, they aren't. They're not going to make a DVD set that we would like. They're going to make individual DVD sets that Hasbro likes. So episode DVDs that have 4 or 5 episodes on them versus a single box set with things that we would want, like, commentary or anything else, really. Which, I mean, it's understandable. They have to focus on their core demo. And, well, the core demo is purchasing what they put out. And the secondary market, the peripheral demographic like us, well, we just get to deal with it. Well, they make boatloads of money.
Well, and some of the interesting things that they said on this was, they kind of said, okay, listen, parents buy My Little Pony stuff as cheap little, 3-4 episode DVDs. And then the question was brought up, well, what about some of the other stuff you sell, like the SpongeBob SquarePants and the Clone Wars disc? Those are aimed at kids. And their response was, well, Star Wars is never really aimed at kids. You look at, it's for kids, but there's enough appeal to it that it's pushed towards adults. Their statement on SpongeBob is a little bit weirder because they said it was developed borderline for adults as well as children. To which I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what they did with Pony.
Well, actually, they said Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
but
well,
yeah,
things.
But in any event, we're not going to be seeing a G4 season DVD set anytime soon, and basically we just get to deal with it. Which sucks. I mean, honestly, the best way, if you want to support the show, spend the $50 and get the HD season pass from iTunes. It's legitimate. It's supporting the show. It's $50 for 26 episodes.
It's too bad that we're not going to get a DVD, but we already have so many ways to get the episodes. It hardly even matters.
Yeah. What would be really nice, and this, I don't want to put more on our plate because, and I know that there's people out there who have done it, but, something that would be maybe fandom commentary, get some people on. And, I know the BronyCom guys do their own little commentary on top of stuff. I'd love to see them get in gear and maybe get some of the, the production staff in there and actually have them help out with some of the commentary. This is me completely not paying attention and not knowing, if they've actually done that yet because busy, crazy pony. But, there's nothing to say. We've already done enough crazy stuff with generating our own content. If this is going to be the reaction, and And granted, let me move back. Shout Factory said if retailers would accept both, they would take both. Their main thing is that they said that retailers right now are mainly interested in single disc. If they could prove a way there would be enough demand, they would make a big bundle, but it's kind of hard to prove.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you really want to get them in unwatermarked HD, you can get them off iTunes for about $50. And you're supporting the show, and, you know, because if you don't support the show, it goes away. Same principle with local comic book shops and stuff like that. I'm sure we're all aware of.
So to give the title of what I put this entire thing is Why You Hate Pony.
Yeah.
No, I hate.
In other unfortunate news, there were several more YouTube pony channel takedowns this week. Bros Intro, he's one of the locals here and in the North Texas Bronies group. He's one of the guys that uploaded the episodes in 1080p. Super high quality, really did a lot of it, and then all of it gone, all of them marked as private, only viewable by him, because somebody decided to go, lol, I'm going to file a DMCA, and if it was Hasbro or if it wasn't, it doesn't matter, because thanks to the wording of that law, which I have said repeatedly is a terrible law that should not exist, but this is not a law show, they have to take it down before they can verify anything else. So.
If this was a law show, it would be very bad because none of the advice I would give would be very useful.
No, it wouldn't be, and it'd be a lot drier, and it wouldn't be about Pony, which wouldn't be fun.
Apple Cider giving you your legal advice. I think you should beat her. She's a bad person, and you should shake your hoof at them. They're bad people.
Don't listen to Cider, kids.
I am terrible legal counsel.
Yes, so
please do not actually ever beat somebody. But yeah, so I mean, YouTube is always a real easy way to get your videos. If I just watched the latest episode on YouTube, which is really, really helpful. But there are easy enough places. Come on, you guys know where to get these things. There's enough downloadable places that if you need to get your pony fix, you can get your pony fix.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like it's only like one or two channels at a time. It's the obvious work of trolls, but as far as YouTube's concerned, Hasbro Inc. put the DMCA in because they said they were Hasbro. There's no real verification. I could make a DMCA claim and say that I'm the president of, some country or something like that.
You're the president of a country?
Yeah, didn't you know that? According to YouTube, if I file a DMCA saying that this is my intellectual property, as the president of Zimbabwe, they have to take it down.
I never knew Chef was the president of Zimbabwe. Now I'm feeling all cultured.
Yeah, don't. Anyways, what was your annotation there, AC?
I don't know, but you can a good point. This gets posted up on EQD a little bit, but if you do need to go find some pony, go ahead and do ponyarchive.org or go check over on. There's links always over on Derpy Hooves where you could go find that stuff. So it's easy enough to find. Season 1, Season 2 downloads somewhere. What do you got, Wisps?
It's true. On the day Luna Eclipsed was released, I watched the episode on the hub, and then 20 minutes later I went onto YouTube, and there were 5 copies of it up there. There just aren't enough trolls in the world. People will upload them over and over again. And even not on YouTube, you can find them all over the place.
It's the Hydra. Cut off one head, and 2 more shall sprout up.
Pretty much. I mean, this is the internet. Once something's on there, it never goes away.
Hydra of Pony.
So moving on. In other news, the toy sales are actually very good, which is good because toy sales keep the hub strong. And if the hub is strong, that means the channel that Pony is on is strong, and that's important because if the hub was to somehow be financially insolvent, it'd be over.
I have a very interesting addendum that we can actually pull to this because I have breaking insider information with a source that I spoke with this week in person. So this is going to be very interesting. So The hub isn't doing great, and I think we can all say it's just because, one, it's another cartoon show. It's a cartoon channel that's... Okay, I don't get it on my TV. I know that if you get Dish, it looks like it's on there, but regular cable, at least with my package, it's not there. And let's be honest, it seems that most of the stuff on there is kind of like strawberry shortcake. The pony is kind of a sparkly, happy diamond amongst things that are not diamonds. if I may put nice terms
Poetic.
to it. So the hub is a channel, but I think that I have some information because little known fact I found out. The Hub and Cartoon Network, or at least Hasbro, is working with Cartoon Network a lot. As a matter of fact, they've been kind of poking at Cartoon Network as much as possible, of just like, could you send us more stuff for the Hub? We would love that. We would love if some more of your stuff came to the Hub. And on the opposite side, it sounds like there really is a push somehow, and I have no clue what time slot they'd be looking for or what information, but there is a push, at least within Turner and within the Cartoon Network division, to try at some point and get My Little Pony pulled over to Cartoon Network. Such thing has already been done in some other countries. I know that it is on the Cartoon Network in Britain, I believe. But yep. This is hearsay from a independent source that I spoke to in person over. And I know this person. They have connections as well, so I believe them that such dialogue is happening. But yes, to kind of move back to the article, there is big competition in those networks. But you know, the toys. I think you guys are buying enough toys. Good night. Do I have an entire shelf over there full of toys? So I think that we definitely are keeping that part a little aloft.
Interesting times. The is this what certain people feel when they fear their show is going to get canceled at some point? I don't know. But in the meantime, we still have 20 episodes of season 2.
Yes.
Don't give up the hope. Don't give up. Don't stop believing.
Hold on to that feeling. Street in the night.
Oh, jeez.
All right, keep moving. So you were talking. Yeah, we got 20 more. We got 20 episodes here. All right, cool. That's super cool. Hey, and your thing says season 3's confirmed. All right, that's cool. Let me check how many episodes. Only 13. Okay, that's why is it only 13? Wait, 13, 64. 64 is the number of minimum amount for syndication. They're gonna kill ponies.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Chef, I'm scared. I'm going into crazy mode again.
Let's calm down.
All right, I'm calming down. So okay, it has been confirmed that season 3 is out there. Season 3 is slated for 13 episodes thus far.
And that's the thing, thus far. The writing for season 3 started a month ago, and this is off Derpy Hooves. That from the old team of writers, there's 4 of them, Megan McCarthy, Cindy Morrow, M.A. Larson, and Dave Polsky, are left, but that's because other people, like Amy King Rogers, are already working on other projects. I don't think that's really that bad a thing. Ron Brenzanetti has left. Basically, he was a script person, but now Megan McCarthy, I think, is doing it. And it's only 13 episodes so far. I mean, on its face, people were flipping out. Oh my god, the show's gonna get hacked to pieces. It's over. No, calm down.
But
more than like.
But they're jumping ship. They're breaking the pony dreams.
It shouldn't come as a big surprise that in children's television, there's probably a lot of turnover. When it comes down to it, though, consider that season 2 is probably still in production in terms of animation. So basically, once they're done, they should be able to just start on the season 3 work. So there's not a gap in between season 1 and season 2 like there was in terms of production.
One would hope.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, this would let them keep all their animators on contract without lose them to other projects, that they'd have the same people able to produce the consistently fun animations. I will admit that this week's news segment is a little bit doom and gloom if you really read too much into it. But remember, it's just a show. You should really just relax.
Chefs are gonna kill ponies. I'm gonna be irrational and crazy again. No, it's all.
We as a community have a tendency to panic a lot. I've noticed.
Yeah, it's really bad. Calm down, please.
We have the Fluttershy syndrome. What should we do? Panic?
Panic? That's your solution to everything.
Yup.
Yeah, don't panic. I mean, again, worst case, there's still 33 episodes of Pony coming down the pipe. You have the 20 left the rest of the season, and the 13 for season 3, and if that ends, well, that's a lot of Pony. That's 67 episodes.
Some would say that's more than we've gotten thus far. Well, maybe.
Yes.
Something like that. It's a number that's large.
Yes. So, I mean, even if the 13 episodes of season 3 are the end point, we're not halfway through the series yet. So, chillax.
All right. Well, there's that. Let's see. What was the craziness I put on that? Why can I no panic? That's right. Okay.
You can panic if you really want to,
Okay.
but I mean, it makes enjoying the show in the here and now rather difficult when you're like, oh God, it might end in a year and a half, and then worry about that. If it ends, it ends, and it will have left a good series. But we're not talking about it ending anytime soon. So people
Just
flipping
enjoy
out.
the 36 episodes you have left or something.
Yeah, enjoy the 33 episodes you have left, even if that's just it, Yes, good job putting the text in large bold.
There, you're welcome. I have to be able to panic. It's just what I'm good at.
See, I'm just far too reasonable for this. I really am. Like I don't fly off the handle and go, oh my God.
Reason will get you nowhere on this podcast.
I know you're having to deal with me. You're the anchor to my storm.
I am the counterweight. I am the counterweight to your crazy. So, anyways, and the final bit of news, Fushroda.
Or as I say, why I fall off cliff.
Exactly. I've been playing Skyrim. It's a lot of fun, and I'm doing this podcast instead of playing Skyrim.
That's dedication, every pony.
It's because I love you guys.
We appreciate your sacrifice.
And I have purchased a fantasy game as well, so I'm playing Dragon Age Oranges. Oranges. There you go. So
Dragon Age Oranges, yes.
Blood oranges, raw. I'm making fruit salad. So yes, and it seems that every pony is playing Skyrim. So as I defer to, because I'm cheap, I wait several months.
Yeah, I was going to do that myself, but then I was like, no, this game really looks like a lot of fun. And I just want you to know, though, so this friend of mine, he came over after I bought it. I played it for a couple hours, and he was like, that looks really cool. We hung out, went and grabbed some dinner, and he went home. I look at him on Steam this morning, and I see he's in game. I click him, and he's put 13.2 hours into Elder Scrolls Skyrim. It launched yesterday. He bought it at like 9 p.m. and he's put in 13 hours at 5 p.m.
So you take it that he likes it?
I think so.
Okay.
Just a teensy bit. I've only played like 4 hours of it. It's a lot of fun, but Not that crazy. Onward to books.
Reading time. All right, this is the point where we give you suggestions of fanfics that you might enjoy. Just things that we picked up. This week, I did some quick reading, and I decided I wanted to get something a little bit fun. So I went with The Contest. You can find this over here at the link that I have in the show notes. The Contest, which is written by let's see, let me make sure. Cold in Gardes. And it is a story pretty much, well, you remember way back when we had, when there was that episode where, Fluttershy stated that she was the world champion at being quiet? Well,
yeah.
Fluttershy doesn't really lie, so she actually is the world champion at being quiet. Now it is time for her to defend her crown. And it's just this absurd, weird story where they go to Canterlot and take part in the quiet championships. And all just the weird, silly stuff that happens with and just tens of thousands of people sitting in stands being completely quiet. Just the weirdest ideas of just really there's 10,000 people here, and if you celebrate they look down at you. It's a silly, fun little comedy story. If a quick little, I say probably about a 30-minute read. It's the kind of lighthearted fun I really like when I look for a fic. So I suggest that is The Contest, and you can find that in the show notes.
My selections this week are Allegreza by Coffee Grunt,
Woohoo!
Which is Scratch and Octavia. They hook up. It's cute.
It's a good story. I've pimped it many a time.
And also, Where Every Pony Knows Your Name. It is a comedy one featuring the Trixie.
Click. I need to check that. Hey, it's got Berry Punch on the front. She's cool.
Yes. Berry. You drunk.
She's not a drunk. Right. She's just a little lush.
So, I will tell you now, I don't read a whole lot of fan fiction. Yes, I know. Blasphemy. But
not really.
When it happens plenty enough here, don't worry.
When I do read fan fiction, I like it to be short, bite-sized chunks. So, naturally, I jumped all over the Flash Fiction event. What happened was Equestria Daily, at some point, had an event where people would submit Flash Fiction, which is tiny little stories, 300 words each. And 100 of them got featured in this page. So what it is a big list of 100 stories, 300 words each. And it was a whole lot of fun to go through all of them and just, these little tiny stories. And to get all sorts. You have these weird sort of grim dark ones. Grim dark as you can get in 300 words.
Oh, man.
And then there's comedy, there's shipping, there's sad, there's all sorts. Yep, all sorts of stuff. But if you're into that sort of thing, it's a lot of fun. And one I want to mention that I liked in particular was called Trixie's Great Defeat. And it's a story about Trixie. It is kind of sad, but I thought it was very well written. It's about Trixie, who is now performing at birthday parties.
And
so...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah?
No, go ahead.
No, you...
I was just saying there's 100 of these, and yeah, they range all over the place, so you can really find whatever you're looking for. And I noticed that it looks like Sethisto himself put in number 100. What, Chef, I want you to close your eyes. This is going to be really hard on you. But if you had to guess what character Sethisto would write about in a story, I know this is going to be a swing for the fences.
Maybe Trixie.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
I'm a wizard.
Oh, it's amazing. It's like you're know exactly what he would write. So, but yeah, there's plenty. I've actually saw a few really a few notable authors inside of here. Is that, hey, look, Midnight, I know him. Strawberry Spice, I know him. So yeah, there's a few in here from your notables. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I did not actually know about this, and I do enjoy The Flash, so I may need to take a look at that a little bit later. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that takes care of our books. That takes care of all of our fanfics. So that leads us forward to topic time slash episode. Now, I don't think there was anything in particular that you had on your mind there, Whispy Willow.
Not really.
Okay, so we can, with your permission, we can go ahead and move forward to talking a little bit about season 2, episode 6, The Cutie Pox.
That sounds fantastic.
Okay, so let's do this. It's Apple Bloom time, every pony. So, the Cutie Pox, we all have watched it today. I watched it in low def and then in beautiful 1080p. And so let's go ahead and get the feeling. Whispy, what were your feelings on this episode? Just in its broad strokes.
All right. Well, I thought that this episode was really, after Sister Who's Social, I think this is really the episode that really is beginning season 2.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
And then another New York earthquake, it sounds like.
But I think this is really the episode that is starting season 2's descent into, more normal episodes. Lesson 0 is kind of insane, Twilight going crazy and all over the place. And Luna Eclipse was a special Halloween event episode. But, and the Discord one was a 2-parter. But after that, now we're starting to descend into the normal routine. And overall, I'd say that this one was probably my least favorite out of season 2 so far. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was a pretty all around pretty solid episode, but I thought the rest of them just stood out more to me. And I thought it was just a pretty basic episode, nothing too special.
Mm-hmm. Chef, how about you?
I'm in agreement that this is probably my least favorite of the episodes this season thus far. That is to say, it's not a bad episode. It is enjoyable. There's certain parts that went on a little bit long, like the hula hoop part. But all in all, it was a cute episode. And it features Ikora, who is best background pony.
And who is coming back a lot this season. She's already doubled up last season, it seems. So, or no, she's equal to last season.
The writers have made decisions as to which background ponies they're going to introduce as proper characters. And I'm glad. I'm happy to see more of Zecora, because I think she's a good character.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She's fun to be around.
You hang up with Zecora a lot?
Yep.
There you go. I am kind of in agreement. It's your pretty standard episode. It does plot at some points. I will say, I think it gets better in the second half when things start going crazy, as they like to do. I think it does kind of find its bit of comedy and run with it. I do have to agree that the hula hoop scene, at the point where it's just like, you should do a class on the hula hoop. I'm like, haven't we said what we wanted to? She's good at it, but...
No, she's going to take off into space.
Yeah.
She must go. Her planet needs her.
Yeah. Good going, Tails the pony, just kind of like... So, just let's go into kind of the bits that were interesting. I thought the bowling scene had some very neat, little cameos and fun bits to it.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski is I love those. That is a great movie, and I love those references. I actually have friends I can show it to and just be like, "Hey guys, look, Big Lebowski was in My Little Pony," and they'll go like, "Huh."
What?
I think it will pique their interest a little bit. Like, wait, the
their
animators actually put put the dude, that put all that, and Jesus into the scene.
If you told me a year ago that there was going to be a Big Lebowski cameo in My Little Pony, I'd be, what?
If you told me a year ago, I would have been watching My Little Pony. That's enough of a thing. But yeah, it was so weird, and so like I was just like, all right, I like that. That's really cool. So, the bowling scene I thought was really cool. The scene getting so I think the potion to get Apple Bloom's tooth back was kind of crazy.
She is a crazy alchemist who can do all sorts of stuff.
Seems so, including make your bones grow large and then reform. Though I do have to say, I thought Apple Bloom with a little bit of the lift was kind of good. Continuing from last episode, I'm really, really growing on Sweetie Belle's voice actress. like the way that she just squeaks every once in a while when she talks is just, I'm just like, do it more. That squeak is so good. Like it's cathartic for some reason. I don't know why. So any other like little bits that you guys liked out of it, Whisper Chef?
There was also the scene inside the house. There you saw what could be Applejack's parents,
dun, dun.
when in fact that's also it's equestrian Gothic.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
kind of pointed that out and had to go back of just like, yeah, is that the parents? No, it's equestrian Gothic. It's the classic, just two ponies standing there.
Man, that Apple family is super invested in that Apple iconography. It's on their walls, it's on their bedding, it's on their pillows. I think they like apples.
I was thinking they might move over to pears. What do you, if they had an episode where Apple Bloom got a mark and it wasn't apple related, but it was some other fruit, do you think she'd just be shipped off to someplace else, or just like, somehow we failed? It's like,
you have disgraced your family name.
Plums. No one in our family does plums. Shipped off.
There's just
oh boy.
There are several pictures like that. It's like her eating a strawberry, getting a strawberry cutie mark.
No, they're not even trees. Yeah, just the silliness with that, and then so yeah, the hula hoop, and then the plates, and then it was actually Starry Night who brought it up to me that the when she starts tap dancing, and there's the little red shoe that appears on her flank, that's actually related to an old myth or an old kind of tale where a girl puts on red shoes and can't stop herself from dancing. So there's actually a little bit of like fun old myth, fun story to that.
It does make you wonder, though. Do ponies know what shoes are? Why would they have shoes?
They wear shoes. The gala, they were wearing shoes. They have horse shoes.
They have galoshes.
Yep, sure have galoshes.
They have, which for some random reason actually do have places for feet.
Winter wrap up.
Ponies don't have.
Yeah, winter wrap up. Twilight slipped on her shoes, so
Her little boots, which again have parts for a foot that's beyond their hoof. So how do ponies into shoes? I don't know.
Now I'm just suddenly imagining that there's like an other half of a foot in there. Like, how does this work? Now, granted, a hoof is just a little bit sloped, so maybe it's used to keep it in there. I don't know. But now I'm looking at this picture of Apple Bloom dressed up, and it's got the hoof parts in the front. Now I'm just imagining there's toes in there. Just like, how weird is that? Stop trying to be like Lyra. That's weird.
Lyra and her human head.
Let's see. So, The other thing, so let's go into the little bit that we had. So there was the, and then the part where the pox starts kicking in and she starts getting more Starry Night, and I kind of brought up the point of how is that, how is that French cutie mark going to work on the French dub? That's going to be quite interesting.
It's a good question. They'll switch it to English or a weird dialect.
Maybe switch it
Would
to
they have
Cajun.
to change the cutie mark too?
No, I don't think they'll end up having to change a cutie mark. They may just go for like a different kind of French, of just switch it to Cajun or something. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was funny because in the stream I was watching this morning, people were joking, it's a Saints Row cutie mark.
Oh, God.
So she's going to start, doing crazy wrestling moves and kicking people out of their cars and driving off with them and other associated Saints Row 3 horrible things.
Yes, that would be quite amazingly out of character for the show, and yet for some reason very weirdly appealing. Yeah.
I smell it.
Yeah.
Then of course, when Apple first got her cutie mark, it's a Halo cutie mark. She's really good at Halo. Her special talent is video games. That's it.
Her special talent is Master Chief. So, Halo, Hoop. Let's see, movie. Kind of trying to think what else. Sakura, Leaf, or the crazy flowers. The very end, somebody has to tell the truth, and of course, I guess Pinky thinking that she has to tell the truth about eating everything.
She ate all the cakes.
Every cake. I'm sure if she ate 40, that would be terrible. More internet memes. Let's see, and Apple Bloom eats it, writes to Celestia. Spike, of course, always being... Oh, speaking of Spike, let's get to that, because that was... That scene where, the hoop causes Twilight's hair to change. You had an interesting line there, Chef.
Yeah, he apparently only really likes the hairdo. So I just kind of wonder, what? Wait a minute. So is Twilight gonna wake up one night? He's trimming her mane,
just quietly putting curlers in it.
She's like, I don't get it.
Then I can imagine the opposite of the Sister Hoove scene where she's all washed and she's got the long hair, and he's just like, ew.
It's like, normal.
You were appealing a little while ago, but for some reason I'm just not. Find out there's some sort of like dragon like thing in their head that when they see that curl, it like, I don't know.
Who knows?
Thinking too hard about Pony. Rah!
Yeah. Well, there was also Derpy was in this episode, but not where you would think. There was a Derpy pony, Derpy filly, in the crowd when the hula hoop scene's going on.
Oh,
when they're all doing the hula hoop stuff.
Okay,
and it's a filly-sized Derpy.
But the eyes too.
Yeah, the eyes.
Whoa, how does this happen? Oh, we got continuity. They're messing with the fan and more. What's going on?
It's Derpy reproduces by budding. It is now canon.
Oh no. She just split in half. Now there's two of them out there somewhere.
Yep.
Oh boy. So yeah, I think as we said, good episode, probably the lighter one of the season. It's a good episode. I think if I had to put on my scale of episodes in the past, I would put this along with, you know what, Bird in the Hoof. Good. But, it's just kind of, it had its good points, it had its interesting points, and it had its long points to it, so.
Yeah. I didn't see who wrote this one.
And I'm sure, you know what, if you want to go ahead and stall real quick, I can go over to MLP Wiki. Or FIM Wiki instead.
Okay,
I'm sure we can find out. Pause for time.
Yeah, so while you look at that, I will stall for time like a pro. I think it's a good episode, and it is one of those things that it can't always be crazy all the time. The next couple episodes are going to be Rainbow Dash episodes, as far as everyone can tell.
Yep.
With the pet one being next week.
Oh boy!
Scootaloo will be the pet or turtle.
Well, we've had a Sweetie Belle episode, and we've had an Apple Bloom episode, so.
This could be a Scootaloo episode where Scootaloo tries to get adopted as a pet by Rainbow Dash. That has some troubling implications.
Don't think too hard.
No, let's not. And then, of course, there's the other one where there's a flashy somebody else showing up Dash, and she gets mad. Ooh.
The mysterious Mare-Duel.
Yes. And a Spike episode. So for number 10. So that's kind of cool.
Yep, and looks like 9, which somehow got sneaked in there, is Sweet and Elite. Looks like it's another one with a rarity. So Applejack still being shunned for this season.
It's rarity, dash, CMC.
Yep, it's
and then Spike.
Yep. So we'll see. And then one Twilight Sparkle there to start us off. Amy Keating Rogers was Cutie Pox.
Okay.
So there is the Amy. All right. So let's see. Yep, that will go ahead and wrap us up for that episode. So yep, pretty good one. And so let's go ahead and move on. So past that, you can go ahead. We'll do our email segment here. If you ever want to send an email across to us, you can do that at bronyville@gmail.com. We will take whatever emails we get there. If we like them and, you guys do send us a bunch, we will try and get them onto the show. If not, we will try to then get them onto an email show. Just there's so much that comes into that email box. We try and take the ones that we can. As usual, I will start off first, Chef shall go second, and our great guest, Whispy, will take care of the thirds. So, Here we go. This one is by Jean-Claude New. I'm bad.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Jean-Claude. I'm sorry, Jean-Claude. I'm going to have to go with that. Hey, Chef Sandy and Apple Cider, plus whatever guest is there. I am a massive My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fan, and I don't really respond to being a brony, more of a cult, being in Australia. I don't know if anyone else here that is into MLP. I've always known about MLP before Friendship is Magic, but this is the first time I actually paid any attention. I joined the herd in early 2011. Love the Brony show, love hearing people talk about ponies. Thanks for pointing out the awesome fanfics and fan art. Just wanted to ask if you guys know about any bronies in Australia, or shout out to any Australians that love ponies. We don't really have the greatest merch in Sydney, but I still think that's pretty cool. I would love a pony meetup in Sydney because I think Australian ponies would be awesome. Also, an idea for a fanfic, Granny Smith origin story. Also, Twilight Sparkle is best pony. I never knew how many people love Twi until I started listening to this podcast. Rainbow is pretty awesome too, as Sonic Rainboom was the first episode I saw and the one that got me hooked. Thanks again for everything and keep on making podcasts. All right, we got a few things here. Quickly, we must find out if there are ponies in Australia. Let's see.
Yes, there is a Melbourne group that is a Rainbow Dash Network. Melbourne Bronies. There's 10 members. So, it's also on Facebook, and they link you there too. So, if you are in Australia and are in the southeast corner of the continent, in New South Wales, you probably, you can maybe hook up with some bronies in Aussie land, because I know there's plenty of people out there that like it.
Yep, and you know what? Nothing is against actually going in there and doing a little bit of work with setting up your own meetup group or whatever group you'd want to actually do. Second question you had, if somebody would cover a story about Granny Smith. Hey, look at this. I just found this story listed here called Southern Comfort. The description is the story of life, love, struggle, and Southern comfort. told by one of the older mayors in Ponyville, the warmth that fills the heart of a family as welcome as southern comfort on a cold winter night. Yes, it is a Granny Smith story. At least it appears to be so. So I will go ahead and list that in the show notes. So if those who are interested in a Granny Smith origin story might be able to enjoy that. And linked. All right, that's taken care of. Twilight Sparkle, Best Pony. Sonic Rainboom is good. All right, that sounds good. All right, Jeff, what we got next?
All right, here's another short email. Greetings, dear friends. Let me start off by saying thanks for doing a wonderful job each and every week on the podcast. It is a joy to hear you and helps me get through my long work days. Now, on to my question, which is kind of twofold. First off, I've heard you guys referencing MST3K on previous episodes, and I was wondering, what is your favorite episode of MST? Personally, I think my favorite would have to be The Final Sacrifice. You know, the one with Rowdowser, greatest Canadian ever. Secondly, do you think a MST riff track style send-up of Friendship is Magic could work, or would that just break every pony's brain? Thanks for taking the time to read this, and keep up the excellent work. Cheers, SSJ4 Reddits.
Rousdower, McLeod. Yep, I know. I love it. The Final Sacrifice is awesome. It's on Netflix. If any of you guys got it, it's probably one of the better MST3Ks out there. So you watch much of it, Sheffers?
I did back in the day. I had a whole bunch of them on VHS. It's this ancient technology that had large rectangular tapes that were about an inch thick. Some of you might not know what they are. Ask your parents.
They went away just like windable cameras.
Gosh, you mean there's this thing called film? No. Anyways, MST3K was probably my favorite. Was the brain that wouldn't die? Was one of the first ones I ever saw, which really stuck with me. And I really liked Laser Blast.
Laser Blast.
That was the one where they were like, Biff, rock cheese.
Yeah.
Chunk, hard punch. Where they start just giving the blonde, coiffed, muscle head protagonist all these crazy names.
Mm-hmm. I love MST3K. It's one of my favorite series out there. I actually is one of the things I did that I could check off on my list of life accomplishments is to go to Dragon Con and see all the Mads and all like the only people that weren't there was either Joel or Mike. So it was literally just like all the puppets and Forrester, Jane, like they were all there. It was awesome. As for favorite episodes, I've got a few. I have a friend that will drop that we will just randomly drop the MST3K, the movie with This Island Earth. We will drop those quotes constantly, just non-stop. We can do the whole movie pretty much. As for individual episodes, there is one I've seen once, and I really enjoyed it, and it was in the last season called Squirm. And that one was, I fully enjoyed that episode pretty well. Do you watch, have you seen much there, Whispy Willows of MSTs?
I have not seen much. I have seen a few. And I saw him a few years ago, and the one I remember liking the most, I believe it was Werewolf. I loved that one. And Santa Claus versus the Martians was also
that one is
wonderful.
Hooray for Santa Claus! Oh God! Yeah, that one's pretty insane. Nightmare fuel. If any of you ever wonder where the term nightmare fuel came from, you need to thank Mystery Science Theater. Let's see. As for the riff track stuff, I admit that I don't watch as many riff tracks as I probably should. I love their work, though. I think that was a smart idea of how to get around the entire copyright issue. Would it work for Friendship is Magic? Maybe. Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, MST3K thrived on sending up bad movies, and there's really not, and making fun of the original product. I don't think there's really a good way to mock Pony that wouldn't come across as just mean-spirited.
Yeah, I mean, the reason that MST works is that we're talking about bad things that by themselves are either boring or bad as is, and usually they're not comedies. Usually they're regular mill stuff, maybe a comedy, but that's not the entire thing. I don't think that My Little Pony would work too well. Strawberry shortcake might be amazing. I'm just, I don't know. There might be some other shows like Strawberry Shortcake that you could possibly do that with that might work a little better. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, go make Strawberry Shortcake riff tracks. Next up, Whispy, if you wouldn't mind hitting the next one.
Yep. Okay. Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and guests, I just want to let you know how much I enjoy the show. It helps make the boring days at work go by faster. Unfortunately, it often results in me giggling too much. You guys have been a great introduction to the Brony community for a newcomer. I've only been watching MLP since August. It's a weird story how I got hooked on MLP. It all started with shopping for a birthday gift for my 3-year-old niece. Her parents are super conservative with a very strict list of what their kids can and cannot have. So browsing up and down the toy aisle with my husband, looking for something that is appropriate for a 3-year-old and meet her parents' requirements, we stumbled upon the My Little Pony toys. After a quick text conversation with my niece's mom, she had declared that My Little Pony was bad without giving any kind of reason why. I was on my phone looking for clips on YouTube before we were in the car so I could figure out what was so bad about it. I loved it from the first episode I watched, which was Fall Weather Friends. My husband and I watched the whole first season in a weekend. He is a closet brony now, even encouraging me to buy the toys. Fluttershy is the best pony, even though my husband says it's Rainbow Dash. Your faithful listeners, Moon Crystal and Tuxedo Thunder.
Yeah, if he's got a name, he's Closet Brony for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how people just like arbitrarily, it's bad. Really?
Oh no, they got a teacher pony. She's gonna join the union.
Good on you for looking it up, though. You found a treasure. And you know what? Your kid... Niece, yes, your niece is going to grow up and is going to rebel so hard. Her parents are going to flip out, and it's all their fault.
Yeah, you can let her pick up her My Little Reagans right now, and oh look, she even has a chart of trickle down theory. Oh, there you go. With George Bush Sr. just behind. Hi, how we doing? I forgot who I was today. All right, that's mean.
Onward to the next.
I'm so mean. I'm mean as I could be about old presidents. All right, next. Let's see. My turn. Hello there, yep. Chef Sandy, Apple Cider, and guests. How's it going there in that awesome podcast? I think it's doing well. How you feeling good, Chef?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Whispy, you doing good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, we're going good right here on this podcast. Here in Spain, we don't know what winter is. Well, it says cold point. It's like summer decided to stay forever. Anyhow, here is one question for you guys about your awesome guests or guests. I've always been in video games, and with Skyrim... fresh from its belly of Bethesda into our houses and the upcoming titles and sequels about to hit the stores, I think that the gaming community is at a boiling point right now. Not only is it that we have games like Fighting is Magic, My Little Investigations, A Dash of Adventure, and Equestria Online that are keeping the gamer side of the community active and excited, I would most like to know, if you didn't answer this already, what kind of video games you guys enjoyed the most. I think we did this recently, but we can go ahead. A little bit of FPS, Fallout, and I'm sure I would enjoy Skyrim, fantasy, Minecraft. That's kind of been my go-to. Sheffers?
I'm actually pretty lucky because right now I got 3 games coming out. Oh, one that came out yesterday, and then 2 coming out tomorrow or Tuesday. And it's the GTA style mayhem simulator. So Saints Row 3 is coming out. Fighting games. I enjoy fighting games. The Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is coming out Tuesday. and open world adventures like Minecraft, but also Skyrim. So I am extremely happy pony right now. And I'll tell you what, last night, Inky Spots was over, and we played like 23 rounds of Marvel. And basically, it was like pretty even. It was pretty fun.
All right.
So what about you, Wispy?
And I'm with Apple Cider here. The games I play can pretty much be summed up as Minecraft and anything Valve has ever created. So Team 2, Left 4 Dead, love Portal, and all that. And yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
Very cool.
All right, moving on. Since we to continue. Also, since we settled that Rainbow Dash and Twilight Sparkle are best ponies, I would like
and Pinkie Pie.
Okay, and Pinkie Pie. We'll add her in there. I would like to share my pony reviews with you. They are written reviews since I don't have the software to make fancy videos, but I try to keep them short, safe for work, and almost free of cursing. So even though I feel a bit guilty, here I will leave you a link to the blog to which he is linked. I also have a bunch of drawings. Feel free to check them out if you want. Thank you a lot, guys, for checking my email. Keep up the good work. James Quark. P.S. I didn't say this before, but Octavia is best background pony, and I loved her color swap cameo in Luna Eclipsed. All right, sounds good. So thank you, James, for that. Chef, let's go for the next one.
All right, so hey there, Chef Sandy, Apple Cider, and unpredictable guest pony. Do you like music? Do you like ponies? Well, I have a site for you. Here at Equestrian Rhythm, we review, check out, and otherwise spotlight the mighty fine tunes to emerge from this community. This includes counting down the top 7 pony songs each and every week, as difficult as this has become to narrow down, and highlighting the truly admirable tracks pumped out by all the bronies out there. We also currently talking with a number of musical bronies on the subject of interviews and exclusive releases. We also have a pony focusing exclusively on PMVs. The website is still reasonably early development, just over a month and a half old by now, and it's about half a year in brony time. It moves slower on the inside. Also, I drew you a pretty picture back when I was listening to episode 28, and Chef Sandy was tied in AC's basement. You're very mean to Rainbow Dash back then, Mr. Cider, and you should be very ashamed of yourself. Your faithful listener from us, Multifish. Hey, there's another Australian running. P.S. Vinyl Scratch's best pony. AJ redeemed herself with History of Social and rocketed back to number 1 of the main 6. Does P.S. stand for postscript or pony script?
And
and there's a cute little picture. Oh,
there's a picture of me glowering at Chef Sandy, who's playing with a tiny Rainbow Dash.
Yes.
So cool on the Equestrian Rhythm. I might actually have to use that to kind of track down a little bit of my music. And as for me being a very bad pony, I have been informed by certain areas that I may have crossed a line, and I wish to state something to the listening audience. It's all a play. I don't hate Rainbow Dash. I just do it because it's funny and Chef and I laugh. It's silly. Anyway, it's to repeat to yourself, it's just a show. Even our show is simply just a show. You should really just relax. Anything else, Chef, besides stating that I actually do really hate Rainbow Dash? I'm still a terrible person. Pony?
No, you're not a terrible person.
Aww.
I can accept you for your horribleness that you yourself admit to, but you're not a bad pony. You just made mistakes. I don't know.
Whatever. You know, I'm just a silly pony, that is all. That is what I will be. All right, and go ahead, Wisp, if you could take us away on our last little email here.
All right. Dear AC, CS, and guests, I love your show. I think your coolness level has reached 120%. Keep up the good work.
Where's that nickel jar? I need to drop a nickel in there. That was close enough to be a 20% reference.
All right. AC, I have heard your girlfriend in the background slowly convert to ponies over the course of your show. While she may not be as diehard as you or Chef, or maybe she is and in denial, the fact that she forms opinions on various ponies and has an OC pony self makes it clear that she is a converted Pegasister. I've been trying to likewise convert my wife, with no success. I've convinced her to watch 2 episodes, Bridal Gossip and Party of One, and she still thinks me odd to have an interest in this show and wants nothing to do with it herself. I was hoping to have someone to like and geek out about the show with in real life, since the two of us did that when Lost was on air. Sadly, she is resistant. Do you have any tips for me to try to convert her? Or has my lack of success thus far shown that she simply won't join the herd and I should just give up? Your faithful listener, Pinstar. P.S. Rarity is best pony. Zakora is best non-main 6 pony. P.P.S. Alternate names for Chef Sandy would be the Colonel or Colonel Sanders. Alternatively, Sanderpants.
Oh my.
All right, Sanderpants. So,
oh my.
I appreciate that so much there, Pinstar.
I think I'll just go back to Sandalicious.
Sandalicious is pretty good. Colonel Sanders I do like. Even though that does imply that you do make a mean chicken sandwich. So,
or Scootaloo.
Oh no. So, let's go ahead and hit the first one. My girlfriend, who currently right now has her headphones on, yet she has went to sleep, listening to the show. She does this every once in a while, I guess when we get up early. So she has her headphones on, constantly listens to the show, and is currently snoozing away on the couch next to me. All of you can say aw. Aww. So, yes, I think she has. I kind of said you should make an OC, and she made an OC. And right now she's working on these pony models that we're going to be making bases off of and selling. So she's very much into the show. We watch it together. I think it's just that it was something that we could end up doing together. And she is a fan. She loves, she used to have the old My Little Ponies. And she also just, we've got figurines and she loves that, and she loves horses as is. So it was kind of a natural thing. She just likes to be the hater, you know. She just likes to, whenever I get really into something, she's just like, God, you like that now, and then she'll start getting into it with me. You know, that's usually the way it rolls. So that kind of explains it. She still hates the term Pegasister, so use it since she's asleep. Make sure you use it anytime you email her, because she hates the word Pegasister. She just shakes with rage. Moving onward to the actual question that we have here. So, tips to convert a wife who has been unsuccessfully converted, thus with 2 episodes. I still hold to the thing that 2 episodes is still not enough. 4 episodes is the minimum for a conversion. Chef, hold on, I gotta use one of these. So, Sanderpants, what are your feelings thus far on the situation?
If your spouse is not interested in the show, that's kind of how it goes. It's one of those, well, I mean, if she doesn't like it, then she doesn't like it. And, I mean, if you watch it peripherally, she might get interested. I mean, I know my other half doesn't really care at all for it. And, you know, she just gets to deal with it. Yeah. So,
I mean, I think if you just ended up just like, all right, well, whatever, if you don't like it, then that's fine. You know, just be like, listen, I value your opinion. If you don't want to watch it, you don't want to watch it. But just have it on the TV and watch it. If you have a TV, set it up and watch the episodes, and just, you know, you could do it by yourself. And I'm sure, you know, if you are in a relationship, likely they'll sit down with you and end up watching an episode, maybe watching another. The repetition is going to become a habit, and they'll probably end up asking questions. And, you know, if you're going to go for the conversion route, it's a simple bait of switch to just have it out there and have it present. And I think the more that she sees, the better off it's going to be. So if you're really trying to do it, you know, don't have it be anything where it's like, hey, you want to watch it? No, you just watch it and have it on. And there might be some little gag that she goes, oh, what was that? You know, Whispy, got any ideas on your end? Sounds like you were a successful converter.
I really just tell people to watch the show. That's really all I have to do, because I think it speaks for itself. If she's only seen 2 episodes, I wouldn't bug her about it. But, you know, I think that sounds pretty fair, leaving an episode just playing on the TV, and I think the show really does speak for itself. So eventually, if she wants to become a brony, she'll be interested, and if she doesn't, then just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bridal Gossip and Party of One are also good episodes. I think we all kind of agree that the best, if you had to one shot, is Sonic Rainboom. That's kind of the kicker. Cutie Mark Chronicles is also a really good one, and if they are an artist of any form, usually the dress episode with Rarity is a good one too. So you could try that. I just think if it really is important that they are part of it, you should just go ahead and just have it in the background, and they'll it's like fishing. She'll bite for it or she won't. Until we finally have the herd mind conversion ray, we're going to have to just do it the old-fashioned way. All right, and that will take care of all of the emails. Thanks all of you who sent those across. As usual, you can send those over at bronyville@gmail.com. Now it comes to the point of the show where I tell you who is awesome and sent us 5-star reviews on iTunes. I wish to state that right now our ratings on iTunes is 315 awesome ratings, so thank you.
Goodness.
Yeah, we're getting up there. I know more popular shows that don't have that many ratings. I'm sure at some time, if we keep going, Chef, I want to break 1,000. I wonder what is the largest ratings that any show has gotten on iTunes, and I want to see. I want us to get there. That would be awesome. It's like, oh, no, the most number of ratings for a show got beat by who? Some My Little Pony podcast. What? I would giggle all day long. All right, so to go ahead and continue on this, 315 ratings. So much love goes to Tim Dodd, Daniel Tafia, Vegas Subi, Allison Lipka, Lightning Crash, Melody Keys, Page Chaser, BBCDDDTT, A Classy Pony, New Garuda, Yank 3, Bryce K, and Artican Velbades. So thank you very much to you for leaving us iTunes reviews. Also a super extra fun, great time for our donors. These three have sent a little cash across over us at the BronyShow.com link. Those awesome people would be Scoot Reed, Francis Martin, and Jonathan Boren. Thank you very much. Keeps us going. Gives us new gear, which you might hear. We recorded last episode and recording this episode on brand new gear to bring you a better pony experience with our high-quality podcast. All right, that will go ahead and take care of that. So this leads us very close to the end there, Whispy. You got to get your last words in quick, because the doors are shutting. Because we got one cool thing. This is...
I think I don't have much to say that hasn't already been said.
All right, well, there we go. What we're going to do, we got our one cool thing. This is the awesome, very cool, fun stuff that you should catch on the internet. If you don't pay attention to anything else we said this entire episode, these are some real cool things that you can try and check out, and you might enjoy. This week, what I'm going to do is this has been around a lot, and I just there's finally enough of it that I want to go ahead and bring it out there. So you may have noticed, if you are on Equestria Daily, all the papercraft ponies that are out there, and the tipping point came this week when a life-size papercraft Owlicious showed up on the page. You too can make an enormous, what would be life-size Owlicious. Just print out the page, cut out all the pieces, paste it together, and you too could have your own owl sitting there and asking you who all day long, Spike not included, to get upset. I also attached the link over to, I got to get back to the Google Doc, to K&A's, so many other papercraft ponies. K&A has been doing amazing. She has every pony. I mean, we're talking the main six: Lyra, Berry Punch, Big Mac, even a tutorial to do Discord, which looks just insane. The amount of pieces and detail that went into it. So this could be a really fun thing if the models ain't for you, if the toys aren't for you. and you have the willingness to sit down there and make yourself some papercraft toys, go ahead and make it. You could make the whole friggin' town at this point. So it's super cool. You should go check it out. Those are all a whole bunch of papercraft ponies. Go check them out on the show notes. And Colonel Sanders, what do we got on your end?
All right, on my end, mine is My Little Pony Meets Metal. There's this guy who's going by the YouTube moniker of 331E-Rock, who does electric guitar renditions of a whole bunch of stuff. And he did the G4 opening on electric guitar. So it's quite well done. And, the guy's stuff in general is really good. Lots of technical proficiency. But it's music. I love pony music, and this guy did a good rendition of it.
All right, pony music and the metal. All right, and Whispy, what do you got on your end?
All right, so what I actually came across it in a Draw Friend in Equestria Daily. So some of you may have seen it already, but what it is it's a GIF. Somebody took the GIF of Sweetie Belle scooting along on the floor from Sister Hooves Social, and they added in Derpy Hooves scooting along after her. And it's about 5 seconds long. It'll take you 5 seconds to check out, but it really made my day. It just made me giggle. Derpy Hooves just scooting along. It's very funny looking. Yeah, just
as if she's just like, oh, that looks like a fun thing to do. Just Derpy, there goes Sweetie Belle, and there goes Derpy slowly afterwards.
Yep, it was made by somebody who goes by the name of Parallax MLP on DeviantArt, and it's just so cute. You should really look at it.
I like how Sweetie Belle just kind of drags herself across with determination, just like, so bored, and Derpy's just like, this is a thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Yep. So that's a good picture. I've seen it around. I said it came up on a Draw Friend. It's a very good good little animation there. All right. Well, you know what? That takes care of the one cool thing, which means that we have officially wrapped up this episode. So I want to first go ahead and thank over to you, Whispy Willows. Thank you very much first for donating over to the show and therefore winning the contest and therefore being a guest on this episode. Very good to have you along with us for the ride.
No problem. I am glad I had this opportunity. It has been fun.
Hey, I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you very much to Chef for being a very good guest. We weren't mean to each other this time. This time. I'm playing fair. Next week, who knows? Next week, the truce may be
all bets are off.
It's a Rainbow Dash episode, so I gotta get my body ready. All right. And I also want to thank our super awesome fans. You guys are awesome. I can't say it enough. You guys are so cool. We love all of you. You downloads and just listening to our show. You make it so that we want to do this every week, in addition to all the awesome pony that's out there. So thank you from both Chef and I. It's super awesome to do this for you. So to go ahead and lay out everything that you have to go ahead and find us, you can always go over to BronyShow.com. That is our website where we have all of our podcast stuff. You can go and check out M's articles. He always writes something really insightful every Sunday, so you should probably go check that. If you want to go ahead and follow us on Twitter, you can follow my name. That's going to be Bronyville, and Chef.
I'm Chef Sandy.
There you go. If you want to go ahead and leave us a email, you can do that at bronyville@gmail.com. Google Sites is coming up, so hopefully maybe the Google will be nice to us at some point. I don't know, but as of yet, no Google Plus at this time. Let's see, if you want to go ahead and meet us, we both do have meetup groups. My meetup group is the Bay Area Bronies, or the Bronies of Northern California. And Chef's, yours is...
Wait, what?
What is your meetup group?
Brony's North Texas.
There you go. So you can go ahead and find us there. And let's see, did the website, did that. Leave us a review on iTunes. We'll go ahead and read your name, and that's very cool. And also, it gets us more publicity, which is cool because we're fighting against all those other big adult TV shows, having to fend them off. And you know what? That'll go ahead and do us for Bronyville episode 30. Great having all of you listening, and we will go ahead and catch you next week. Sleep well, every pony.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Such a thing just makes you wanna